What's up, guys? This is an episode called The Leadership Lens.
All right.
And I'm right here with official Joe, aka Josiah. Today, we're just going to talk about 4 must haves in your young adult and student ministry. Other ministries call them the youth ministries. But 4 must haves in your young adult and student ministry.
Oh, yeah.
Really quick. My wife and I, we ran the youth ministry for about 8 years. And then we passed it on to Josiah and his sister, and they're taking it to another level. They're on a theme right now. And it's not just a theme, they're actually gearing that way, called Project 150.
Oh, yeah.
And man, it's basically, that's what it is. It's trying to reach 150 young people, young adults, students. And they got a good team out there in the gang ministry, which is our ministry, is called The Gang. God's Anointed Now Generation. That's our young adult and student ministry. But really quick, share a quick short testimony of how God saved your life, and then we'll go into the questions.
Yeah, let's get it. Well, I'm a church kid. I grew up in the ministry, and I remember growing up in a big church, La Puente Church in California, the mother church. And we grew up there, and then I remember my dad getting the call to come to Vegas. So we came out here to Vegas, and I was still young. I was like 8 years old, so I was just going with the flow. You know what I mean? Everything he was doing. I was just a kid, so I'm just there for the ride. And then getting older, going through ministry, being in ministry, getting saved. But there was something in me, I wasn't fully surrendered yet. I was doing ministry, I knew how to do it, but I didn't really give my life fully over to God yet. I still wanted to do my own thing. And then I remember just getting into some trouble. My dad said, "You got 2 choices. You can go to this college in our ministry called the UTC, or you can go to a men's recovery home." And I remember looking at both choices, and I said, "There's no way I'm going to the recovery home. It's not going to happen. I'm too young." I was 17. And I went to the UTC, and that's where God really was able just to do something in my life. That's when I got surrendered, and I mean, the rest is history from there. God really did something there for me.
Man, I love that. So, you're a PK, right? And a lot of people hear that. What would you say from your heart to a PK that is out there, a lost pastor's kid? What would you say to them?
A lost one?
Yeah, they're not in there yet. What would you say to them?
I would just say, man, find your purpose. You know your purpose. I think lost pastors' kids, because I was there at a point, what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. We try to run from it. We know, hey, this is what I'm supposed to do. God spoke to you already. God put a promise on you already. So if he said it, get in line with it. Try whatever you can do. Get in line with it. And you know what it is. God already spoke to you, so just get on board and give it another try. It's a humility walk. You might have to humble yourself, which is hard. You might have to submit under somebody, but just do what God already said.
That's good, man. Yeah, I have a special heart for pastors' kids, church kids, and at the end of the day, God knows the right time to reach someone.
Yeah.
So, man, all right, we got our young adult and student ministry. It takes place every Tuesday night at 7, right, in the city of Las Vegas. If you're not from Vegas, we're in Vegas. You can follow their Instagram, VO East LV Gang. So we're going to talk about the 4 must-haves in your young adult and student ministry, a.k.a. your youth ministry, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to hand it over to you really quick, and then we'll bounce off each other. But we're going to talk about 4 of them, and you got 1, so share with me number 1.
All right, the first one that I feel is super important when it comes to our young adult and student ministry is create first-time memories with everybody. Be a leader. This is more for leaders, right? Leaders.
Leadership. This is called the leadership lens.
Yeah, so be a leader that creates first-time memories with people. You got to kind of look at it like you probably have maybe 4 years with some of these young people in your ministry. If they're young adults, they're going to transition into the main church. They're going to get older. They're going to have babies. They're going to have all that. Mm-hmm. So they're eventually going to transition. So you got to think, hey, how long am I going to have these people? And what memories am I making with them? I think it's cool. There's some people in our youth ministry. I was able to go on a roller coaster. Their first time on a roller coaster, I was able to take them to Knott's Berry Farm. I was able to take them to Circus, or we went to a USC game. But it's memories like that I think people remember, and they'll always look at you as a leader and say, man, that was the first time I ever did that,
Yeah, I like that. Making memories. What would you say is like one thing you can implement in your church schedule that is out of the box but that can create a memory for someone?
Oh man.
Like some type of event that they should try. If somebody watching, try this, it's fun. I suggest you do it. And what would it take to do it?
An event?
Yeah,
So
like
a
spring camp out.
Yeah, I would say like go camping. That's some things that you may be used to doing, but sometimes people in your ministry, they never done that.
Mm-hmm.
Or take people on a flight. Sometimes they never been on a flight, so go somewhere to another city where you can get a flight, get a passport, go to another country. It would be cool that someone in your ministry said the only time I've been out the country was with my youth leader. I think that's pretty cool to do. Take people there, go to sports games. We see it on TV, but it'll be cool. With my youth leader, we went to an actual game. We seen LeBron. We seen Curry together.
Yeah.
I think that stamps someone's heart. When you make memories like that.
That's tight. I like that. Okay, what you got? Number 2, man. This is good.
Oh, yeah. So number 1 was that. Number 2, I would say create an environment for growth. Right? Create memories, but also an environment for growth. It's just the way I look at it, I want to think, okay, the people that I'm working with, where am I taking them in life? Besides just doing ministry, besides just everything we do in ministry, okay, where am I taking them? 3 years down the road, when they say, man, I was under Josiah for this 3 years, where did he take me? I want them to be able to say, man, he took me on a track and I grew. I grew in maturity. I grew in the way I talk to people. I grew in the way I read the Bible, the way I speak. That's just the way I look at it. Like, I want to be able to say, man, I'm taking somebody in better steps in life. You know what I mean?
That's good.
But create an environment like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be tracks we have. There's got to be times that it's discipleship settings when we're able just to feed the word to people, talk to people about, maturing in life, being responsible, getting their credit up, stuff like that. Like, where are we taking people,
Yeah, I like that. What's up? I know you're watching this video. I want you to like, comment, subscribe. I know you hear everybody say that, but please, what that does is that lets me know you like it, you hear it, you want to share it. So subscribe, like, and go be great. All right, guys. All right, let's continue. Speaking of an environment for growth, really quick, share about your discipleship home that you have and kind of what that does. How does that help?
Yeah, so we call it our gang hub. So that's our God's Anointed Now generation. It's our hub. So right there, it's about 8 of us in the house, 8 of the guys. Mm-hmm. And really, it's just a discipleship setting. It's men that say, man, I want to get equipped for the ministry. Mm-hmm. We have prayer. We have prayer 4 times a week with each other. Of course, we make sure everyone's praying every day, but we have that. We got Bible reading. Well, we all attend the VOBC, the college, and we just make sure, it's environment of growth right there. There's accountability. But yeah. That's
good. So basically, everyone in that house is someone that says, I want ministry, right?
Yeah. If someone said, man, teach me the ropes, and then we try to teach them the best we can.
I like that. How does that help? How does that, having a house like that, help build your gang ministry? How does that help your ministry?
I think it's huge. So the reason why it's huge is you can really filter everything through that house. They get to hear, they live with me, so they get to hear my heart. They get to hear, okay, where are we going? They get to see what really needs to be done, and they get to do it the way in excellence. You know what I mean? So they're around me. They know, okay, this is what we got to do. This is what our youth leader's talking about, and then they just give it out to everybody.
I like that. Yeah, I like to say those settings is like you got the football team, but then you got a group of people that live with the coaches.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you get so much more insight, so much more wisdom, and I like that. So that's number 2. What's the third thing you got, a must-have in your ministry, your young adult and student ministry?
Yeah, we're going to get to the spiritual stuff in a little bit, but I believe another big thing, the third thing, is create an outlet. Your youth ministry, your young adult and student ministry, it should be an outlet for people to go to. I think in the world today, we look for outlets everywhere. We try to go to the gym. We try to, if you're a girl, you try to get your makeup and all that. You're looking for outlets, but our ministry should be an outlet that young people can come to and say, man, this is a way out for me. I'm going through this at home, I'm going through this at work. I got all this in my family right now. But when I go to this night, when I go there on Tuesday night, it's an outlet for me. I get to let my hair down. I get to be myself. I don't get judged. I don't get joked about. Like they may be getting joked on in the cafeteria, But when they come to our gang night, it's an outlet for people.
I like that.
I
like that. It's an outlet. I've always said before, like, young people, they go to school, they get told a lot what to do at school by their teachers, by their principals, by their coaches, by their parents. But when they come to your youth ministry, it should be a different spirit. They should be able to be heard.
Yeah.
A lot of young people aren't heard. But when they come to a setting like that on Tuesday night, you know, it's where it's like, we're not telling you stuff all the time. It's like, hey, let's go eat, and let me hear you talk. You know, what's on your heart? And that alone can change a young person's life. And so, man.
Yeah, it's kind of like just being a big brother to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, be a big brother. I have my little brother, Joel, and I'm not the type of brother that just wants to tell him everything. You know, I'm there for him, and I think that's why we have a good connection, because he knows, like, I got him. You know, if he needs something, I got you. You're going through something, okay, let's talk. But it's the same in our ministry. When you're a big brother, you don't want to just get on people and get upset on them. You just want to help them out, you know, see that, hey, man, what you going through, and really talk to people.
I like that. That's good stuff, that outlet.
Yeah.
Was that your third one?
That was my third one, yeah.
And then the fourth one. The fourth one.
We got to create a service where young people have an encounter. Simple as that. We can't forget that part. I think that's the most important part. We got to be able to create an atmosphere where young people have an encounter with God. Or else none of these other points matter, you know? So when they come to your youth ministry, is it boring? If it's boring, then we're not doing our part as leaders to create an atmosphere for an encounter. You know, there's got to be an excitement. There's got to be something about your ministry that's like, man, God's really going to set me up for altar call. God's really going to set me up when it's time for the word. But if it's boring, we kind of shorten that. You know, it's kind of hard. But it's a lot of work. But at the end of the day, when we create an atmosphere like that, I think that's when young people are more open to the word of God, you know?
Dang, that's good. And those are 4 must-haves in your ministry, your youth ministry, your young adult and student ministry. You want to just say them one more time, just real quick? And I think that is so vital, because if the youth ministry looks like the church service part 2, that's not a vibe.
Right.
You want to create a special identity for young people where they feel like, man, this is my service, this is my atmosphere, this is where I belong. It's not Sunday part 2, right? So go ahead and say them.
Yeah, let's go through them. So the first one is create first-time memories. It's important. Second one, create an environment for growth. Third, create an outlet. And 4, create a service where young people can have an encounter. That's just what helped us. That's what's getting us a good flow right now. There's many that we can go on for hours and hours, but I think those are 4 that we've zeroed in on, and it's been helping us grow right now. We've been seeing growth.
I like that. Any last-minute words to a youth leader that is watching this, and they're kind of like just hitting the wall, man. They're just like, man. And it just feels like it's not working, or, you know, it just feels like they hit a plateau. Any encouraging last-minute words to someone viewing this to kind of just get them, hey, you know what, don't worry about it, man. What you got to say to them?
Yeah, I would just say no matter everything you do, it's not in vain, for sure. All the hard work, all the finances you raise, there's a lot of finances in our young adult ministry, student ministry, but all the finances, it's not in vain. Maybe it's not working right now with a young person. You're getting upset. Maybe it's not happening. Maybe you're not seeing the growth. But in due season, I do believe we'll reap the harvest. That's what the word of God says. In due season, you will reap the harvest. And really just build healthy relationships at the end of the day. Time goes on. You may not be the youth leader no more. As long you'll be able to say, hey, I built good relationships with people. And I think that's what matters at the end of the day. You know, build relationships. They're not too concerned about what you're speaking about. You know, I don't think 10 years from now, the young people in our ministry are going to really remember too many messages. They're going to remember the moments that we created with God and the moments that we created with each other. So focus on that. What are we creating with each other? Our words, they sound cute. You know, they sound good. We're excited about them, but not everybody remembers them like that. You know?
That's so true. Man, that's good stuff. If you want any more, I don't know, if you say, I want to hear some more of this, comment, but really comment and say something like, hey, what about this? Or what do you guys think about this point of view, or whatever? And man, we'll do a part 2. There's so much. This is just a little glimpse, a little small token of what we're talking about. And there's so much, man, that we're gonna bring out on this channel. But I like this segment. It's called the Leadership Lens. Like I say, always, guys, go be great and dream again. God bless you guys.
Yeah.